Stand by. The vacuum tubes are warming up. This is a special live broadcast right here on Georgia Radio.
It is Neighbor to Neighbor for the week of, the 26th, hard to believe, of July. It is hot. It is extremely hot in South Georgia. But as my dear mother likes to say, at least it's humid. Could be a dry heat. Michael Bright joins me now from South Georgia, down there in Swainsboro. A little warm, isn't it, Michael?
It is, but I tell everybody, they'll come into the museum here in the market and, it's so hot. I don't remember this being this hot, but I do.
Yeah, it's always hot.
It's summertime. We're in the dog days of summer, and it's just when I post things on Facebook, how sometimes the memories will pop back up there, what you posted a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I posted a video, a photo in there where my temperature said 106 in my car 3 years ago. So
yeah,
it's not really nothing new. It's hot. It's summertime.
And it's Georgia. I mean,
That's right.
What do you expect? It's been hot down here for, the last few hundred years at least. So,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love it, though. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
I'd rather have this than the 5 foot of snow.
Well, that's true, too. But, the great thing about our wonderful state, at least up here at our place, is you get all of the seasons. And even down there in Swainsboro, you get all of the seasons. You get hot
all in
and
one
cold.
day, matter of fact.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we're not here to talk about the weather. We're here to talk about the Music Memories Museum, which is a passion project of yours that is down there in Swainsboro. And it's attached to an antique mall that is really in a unique situation. It's owned by the city, and you're the manager, but you have this wonderful museum that's housed there. Tell us about Main Street Market and about the Music Memories Museum
the Main Street Market, the Antique Mall. Yeah, we're located in Swainsboro, Georgia, 215 West Main Street Market Antique Mall. The Downtown November Authority is the one who started this 13 years ago, and I took it over 9 years ago. They're fixing to close it down, and I took it over 9 years ago. And I'm like a contractor to the city, so it's almost just like my own business.
Sure.
They told me to do whatever I needed to do to make the place work. And we've done. I started with 30 dealers 9 years ago, and now we have all over 60 dealer booths filled. All of them are filled, and the waiting list about 32 people waiting for a booth rather.
So if the city says, Michael, we need you to do this, then you have to do it. Is that what I'm hearing? Because I'm going somewhere with this.
Well, really, the city don't bother.
So
the city don't bother me if you want to know the truth.
Yeah,
as long as I keep the flow of people coming through.
Yeah, they could, though. So who do I need to talk to down there to say, we need Michael Bright to make dancing videos every morning? Because I still think that's your greatest export from down there. If you're having a bad day, you just got to watch one of Michael's dancing videos down there. I'm telling you, Michael,
there you go.
There's gold in them hills. You get everybody down there from Main Street and have them join in on your dancing videos. And I'm telling you, people are going to watch those things. They're
watching. I think I got a little bit over 8,000 views on that last one I did.
There you go. You cannot have a bad day if Michael Bright makes a dancing video. Now that is the God's honest truth right there. It's impossible to have a bad day when he blesses us with one of his fun dancing video. And I'm giving you a hard time, but it really is fun.
No.
And you enjoy it, and everybody who watches that enjoys it and wants to come down there and hang out with you. When I went down there, there's all kind of people hanging out with you down there.
They do. We get all kind of folks in here, and it's amazing the folks that come in. And yes, they'll walk in the door and they've seen the video and they say, "Hey, do I get me a live dance or a live song?" Because I also sing some songs every now and then. You gonna give me a live song or a live dance? What And then, so they do. They look at it and enjoy. We have over 11,000 people who follow us on Facebook to begin with.
Isn't that great?
And we update it every day with photos and videos showing the new items that's coming in. And I'll post something on there. And I'll have people come in 15 minutes later, show me their phone. Hey, where's this item at? I want to get it. And so, it's fun, and we just enjoy being down here. We're open every day except Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday. And the Facebook page you want to join is Facebook/Main Street Market Swainsboro. So
I think it's great.
Join that.
I want to talk about the Patsy Cline display that's on because you've had some stuff of hers down there before. But the other night, you wrote me and said, "Hey, how about a Patsy Cline song?" Because, and then I'll let you finish. You have a new display that is on and available to see right there for the overwhelming price of free at the Music Memories Museum.
That's right. We don't charge nothing. When you come in Main Street Market, you get the museum, you get to look at it. And you know what we do? I'm pretty excited about this here because I don't know. I'm for sure maybe the Country Music Hall of Fame or someone else may have it, but I've actually got, you know, in March 3rd, 1963, there was the plane crash that killed Patsy Cline. And on that same plane crash was Cowboy Copas and also Hawkshaw Hawkins, who at that time was married to Gene Shepard. And then there's only one other person who was on that plane, and it happened to be Cowboy Copas' son-in-law, who was actually Patsy Cline's manager. And he was the one who was flying the plane. And when the plane went down March 3rd, 1963, it killed Patsy Cline, Cowboy Copas, and Hawkshaw Hawkins. I now have a dress of Patsy Cline here in our little display, even a rare shirt here of Cowboy Copas, which is actually 80 years old because it's actually got his name in it when it was made in 1943 for him. And then I also have Hawkshaw Hawkins shirt over here. It was also made for him. And also to have all three of them like that, I think is pretty cool to have in the display here. And, you know, you can't see that everywhere.
No. What a tragic accident. I mean, all the way around. Just
yeah, I know a lot of people talk about the day the music died when Buddy Holly died and Richie Valens and Big Bopper, but to me, that's something about rock and roll. I think this was the day the country music died, maybe. You know, Patsy Cline, Cowboy, you know, in 1963 could be something in that same similar thing. So I'm pretty excited about having this piece here. I think it's pretty rare to have all three of these guys together like this.
You also have on display now some new stuff from Marty Robbins, a fan favorite on Georgia radio, as well as Ray Price. It's all down there. Now, if you're not into country music, I don't know why you're listening to us this morning, but if you're not, there's other stuff down there too. You've got Greg Allman's motorcycle. We've talked a lot about that over the years.
Right. Yeah, I actually have over 200 artists represented in the museum now. We were trying to count them out the other day of items or authentic items. You know, again, yes, Greg Allman's Harley Davidson motorcycle. With Johnny Cash, I have his a shirt that was actually custom by Nudie Cohen of his, but I also have a Yamaha mixing board that was used on tour that belonged to Johnny Cash. But yeah, besides the country singers, I've got items from Buddy Holly to Elvis Presley, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Michael Jackson, Tina Turner's dress. I've even got items of Elton John, Ann Wilson of Heart, Slash of Guns N' Roses, Olivia Newton-John. I mean, the list goes on. So no matter how old or young you are, if you love music, country, rock and roll, R&B, I have a mixture of everything. Like I said, over 200 different artists represented in here. I'm told I have one of the largest private collections out of its kind.
I'm sure you probably do. Well, in addition to being a great collector and dancer, Michael Bright is also a former touring musician. And the other day, which I just love how you do this, the other day you were hanging out with somebody that was pretty cool, a very noteworthy singer-songwriter. Can you tell us about your time over there with your buddy?
Yeah, right here in Emmanuel County, again, there's a lot of music history here that folks don't know about. As you know, the main thing, Hank Williams Jr.'s first time ever singing on stage was right here in this town. But we also have someone else who lives right here in Emmanuel County. His name is Archie Jordan. Archie Jordan is a Grammy-nominated songwriter. He has written songs for Tina Turner, B.J. Thomas, Anne Murray, Kenny Rogers, but he's also known for writing a couple great songs for Ronnie Milsap, such as What a Difference You Made in My Life and Let's Take the Long Way Around the World. Archie lives right here in town. We see each other maybe every couple weeks anyway and have breakfast, but finally got to go to his home just about a week or so ago, to his studio, and was able to sit down at the piano. He actually played the song What a Difference You Made in My Life, and I was really honored that I was able to sing around with him during that song, and got to meet his wife, and my wife was with me too, and he's just a cool, down-to-earth, humble fella. Again, ArchieJordan.com. You probably go there and you can read more about him there.
I hope that Archie someday leaves a pair of his yard shoes and maybe an old hat that he mows the lawn in. I think that's what he needs to leave down there at your museum.
Well, we've talked. Actually, I've got an autographed picture of him. He's autographed him, but he's talked about maybe he's supposed to be getting me some handwritten lyrics of the song "What a Difference You Made in My Life," and sign it for me, and we can get that here in the museum. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, but I think since he lives there, you need like something really down home. I mean,
nobody
has. And these are the New Balance shoes that he wore every day for
There
the
you
last
go.
25 years when he'd mow his lawn. Well, I think
That's
it's
right.
fantastic. Archie Jordan, of course, a number of awards and credits to his name, and a guy from right there in Swainsboro. You touched on the music history of Swainsboro, and of course we've talked about it before. But one of the coolest things in Swainsboro is the old Nancy Auditorium, and you talk about the power of local radio, and then you talk about Swainsboro, and it becomes crystal clear why broadcast outlets that focus on the local are so important. And we're losing them, and that's what we're trying to do here with Georgia Radio is be a home for guys like Clayton Hackle and like Cole Goodwin and Mark, where all these folks who are coming up right now be a place where their voice can be heard. And so it's not we don't have a Nancy Auditorium yet, but that model works. And where you're at is living proof of that, because tell us about the Nancy. It's still surviving. It's now a warehouse, basically, but everything is still inside of it. And I know that you're dreaming, Michael, about someday moving that. You have to be dreaming about moving that museum down there at some point.
There's been an update since I've talked to you last about the Nancy Auditorium. The new owner who purchased it, the Nancy Auditorium is located about a mile from here, from the museum. It was a Nancy Auditorium, and there was WJAT radio station next to it. The guy who owns it now is Emmanuel County Janitorial Service, which is in the radio station part. The Nancy Auditorium part is still just storage, but actually in just about 2 weeks, we're actually going to be putting up a sign out in the front, a historical marker about the Nancy Auditorium that, this is where Hank Williams Jr. had his first performance. And other thing, Brenda Lee's first paid performance was on that same stage. Patsy Cline sang on that stage at the age of 25. But the history about it is back in 1957, the Grand Ole Opry star Webb Pierce and Jim Denny, who was the manager of the Grand Ole Opry at the time, purchased the Nancy Auditorium radio station here in Swainsboro in 1957, and it was in contract somehow that if you sung on a Grand Ole Opry stage in Nashville, you also had to sing on the stage here, the Nancy Auditorium stage in Swainsboro.
Then, nobody was afraid of a deal like that. I mean,
That's right.
Hey, you're going to sing here, you're going to sing there. I mean,
yeah,
that's the way they got it
hundreds.
done. Yeah.
Hundreds of country music and a few rock and roll singers sang right here on the stage. I mean, Jerry Lee Lewis came here one day and they said he tore up the piano. But there's a lot of history here on this stage. I mean, the Big Bopper we talked about a while ago, J.P. Richardson, the song Chantilly Lace, he sang here in March of 1958, and 3 months later was killed in that airplane crash with Buddy Holly and Richie Valens. So he had just sang here 3 months before then. So a lot of history here in this little town. And but we're in the process. The owner right now is trying to get the place cleaned up, repaint it and all, so at least he can get open up where people can go in, at least view it, see the stage. The original stage is still there. The original curtains are still hanging up, original speakers. So we're in the process trying to work on at least to get it open for historical wise so people can view this place.
I think we need to do our old time radio hour from down there. I think
That'd be cool.
I think that's where we should start it. Right there. That'd be fun to.
It might be hot right now, though. There's no air in there.
Well, look, they survived in there long enough with all those big names. We could do it in the fall and have a really nice time down there. But
there you go. Yeah,
what a great place.
Some singers or something.
Oh yeah. Well, we've got them ready to go. I'll tell you what. We're going to get it up and running here real soon on the Old Time Radio Hour. We had a deal worked out, and then it kind of just dissolved, as deals do. But we are. The show, the proof of concept worked out well, and we're ready to go with it. The Music Memories Museum, though, in Swainsboro, Georgia, it's open daily, the same hours as the Antique Mall down there, the Main Street Market. Again, it's in Swainsboro, Georgia, right downtown. You cannot miss it. Michael, give them the website and the Facebook page one more time for them to follow.
Yeah, the website, you can read a lot more information about the Nancy Auditorium and the Music Museum at www.musicmemoriesmuseum.com. And it's the same as Facebook, Facebook/Music Memories Museum. So, check that out. You'll see a lot of, about every single person that we represent here in the store that we have an alternate item of in the museum is listed on that website, because I update it every time I get a new item in. And like I said, there's over 200. So you'll see all the singers that we represent here that we have an item of that belongs, it's in this museum on that website. And that's, again, musicmemoriesmuseum.com. So, and we're 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday, closed Sunday only, free admission. We get a lot of retirement centers come in, church buses come in. We got great restaurants here in town you can eat at, and then you can come here and walk it off. And so we get a lot of folks. As a matter of fact, all 50 states and over 20 countries have signed our guest book since I've been here 9 years.
I think it's fantastic. Michael Bright, the dancing man from Swainsboro. What's the next dance? What's it going to be?
Know.
I'm ready, Michael. I'm telling you.
We'll think of something.
You've already done. Have you done James Brown yet?
I have not done a James Brown song.
Well, I'm just going to leave that out there.
I'd like to only dance to 2 songs, and that's it. But most of the time, I've just been singing a few songs on there. I think I'm better off singing than dancing.
I don't know, Michael. We could put that up for a poll if you'd like, but no. Great stuff. All right, thanks again for coming on. It again is the Music Memories Museum in downtown Swainsboro.
I appreciate what you do too, and thank you for the opportunity.
All right, God bless, Michael. We'll be right back with Maggie Lane from the Georgia National Fairgrounds right after this. Stay with us.
Country, that's what I grew up listening to.
Georgia Radio. We love you more than peanuts and peaches. So glad you're here. Matt Jolley, right here on Georgia Radio.
And welcome back to Neighbor, Matt Jolley hanging out here with you this fine Wednesday morning. Maggie Lane, who is the marketing director down at the Georgia National Fairgrounds in Perry, Georgia, joins me now with a lineup here of great music that's coming up at the 34th annual. Hard to believe. Have you been there for all of them, Maggie?
No,
I'm
not
kidding.
quite. I'm not quite 30 myself, so I haven't even been alive as long.
I love it.
We just announced our 11-day free concert lineup. So these concerts are free just for your price of admission. If you're a kid 10 and under, that's free. And if you're a senior, that's $10. And everybody else, it's $15. So it's a really great deal.
Yeah, one of my favorite events all year is the Georgia National Fair. I look forward to it. You know, we used to live down there when my wife was, of course, still in the military. We lived down there and several times, and it just became a family favorite. This is one of those events that once you go once and you discover the fairgrounds, you start looking for stuff to do down there. And I don't think I'm alone in that. I think our governor is one of these people who has fallen in love with that place over his lifetime. And I know he's been very public about that, talking about how his daughters loved coming down there for the big ag shows that are there and participating in it. There's a lot to see and do at the Georgia National Fairgrounds.
There is, and we're so blessed for all the support we receive from our legislators, our governor, all of the wonderful citizens in Georgia, across the Southeast. We're actually hosting the National Barrel Horse Association Youth and Teen World Championships right now. So we've got a bunch of kids, teens, youth competitors here barrel racing for world championship titles right now.
All right. Well, it's October 5th through the 15th. Starting off, the main stage concert series is a fan favorite for Georgia Radio. We're talking about Mark Chestnut, the man from Beaumont down there. Lee Greenwood's also on the list. And give the folks, if you don't mind, just kind of give everybody a rundown of what you have. I'm sure if you have it with you.
I do, yeah. Well, you kicked us off with Mark Chestnut, so Bubba Shot the Jukebox. That's a classic. So stay tuned for that. Then October 6th, we have a contemporary Christian group called Sidewalk Prophets. October 7th, we've actually got a Vegas residency show coming to Perry. It's MJ Live, a Michael Jackson tribute concert. Sunday, October 8th is our Southside Worship. They're a local church in the area, and they lead a wonderful service that Sunday evening. Monday, Patriotic Day. Who else but Lee Greenwood? October 10th, get ready to rock and roll with Tesla. October 11th, we've got Billy Ocean, so Caribbean Queen, Get Out of My Car, Into My Dreams, all of those hits. October 12th is Smash Mouth. October 13th, we have another country favorite, a little more contemporary, Randy Houser. October 14th, everybody's favorite party band, The Grapevine. October 15th, we close it out with our Rumba Latina Concierto, which is a great one for everyone in the community. So 11 free concerts over October 5th to the 15th, and everyone's welcome. We hope to see everyone there.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. And one of our favorites, up-and-coming artist, will be on another stage down there. That's Clayton Hackle.
Yes,
Clayton,
he will be joining us on our tower stage.
Let me tell you, that guy is just, he is so incredible what he's doing right now with his singer-songwriter ability. There's a bunch of folks who are starting out, and you have 2 stages. This is just the main stage that we talked about. If folks want to find out, the whole thing, where do you want them to go, Maggie?
Yeah, we've got our whole musical lineup, which, as you mentioned, doesn't just include these big national headlining acts. We've also got a lot of regional and local groups that are up and coming. They'll be on our tower stage. And if you want to see exactly who's going to be there what day, you can go to our website, georgianationalfair.com. And then under our schedule tab, you'll be able to see exactly who'll be performing.
All right, Maggie, we're going to quick link that into the show story. Anything else you want to throw in there? Look, our favorite event down there is the Antique Ag Show that happens in conjunction with the big swap shop. And I'm guessing that's coming up again later in the year. It's usually, late October, November timeframe when that happens. But another great event.
That is another great event. Yes, we'll be celebrating, I believe this will be our 5th annual. It'll be October 9th through the 11th. So, that'll be November 9th through the 11th. So about a month after the fair, it gives you something else to look forward to. So thank you for mentioning that. Well, each year it's grown. It continues to grow, and we continue to add more events and live events to the Antique Ag Show. And that's a free event. So again, something that's not going to put a dent in the wallet, and you just come on down to Perry, walk on in and check it out.
And save some room for some peach cobbler and ice cream while you're down there at one of the vendor booths. Great stuff.
Always.
Maggie Lane from the Georgia National Fairgrounds. Thanks for hanging out this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you.
Well, my thanks this morning to Michael Bright from the Music Memories Museum in Swainsboro, Georgia, for coming on, and also again to Miss Maggie. Listen, if you have not been down there to Swainsboro, Georgia, go down there and check out Michael's museum. It's a wonderful place, lots of great artifacts, friendly folks, and of course you can take in the antique mall that is attached. It's just a great time, plenty of great food down there. So y'all go down to Swainsboro, Georgia, and hang out for a while. You might even see Brother Wade driving around in his log truck while you're down that part. Never know. All right, be sure and tune in Thursday nights. Thursday night, it is Bluegrass Thursday nights. Again on Saturday night, some more bluegrass. Sunday morning gospel at 10 a.m. with Miss Cindy Balcom as well. Tonight, though, Wednesday night, Classic Country and Request, repeats again on Friday. So got a lot of fun stuff to do in the evening here on Georgia Radio. And, of course, great music all throughout the day, plus all the news that you could ever want to hear right here on Georgia Radio. Glad you're here. We'll talk to you next week on Neighbor to Neighbor. So long for now.
Country, that's what I grew up listening to.
Georgia Radio. We love you more than peanuts and peaches. So glad you're here.